3, 2, 1, go. Cut 2 left, 30 of the crest, 6 right of the crest, extra long. Tightens
3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. Tonight, we come back to Lanier National Speedway, the 3/8 of a mile racetrack. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler in the booth with you for tonight's call. We'll take a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack. We'll keep an eye on your top 20 drivers on the left-hand side of your screen. Down the bottom left, you'll see the driver that we are watching, the BA Crocs Dirt Division Tanked SRT number 17 of Matt Hill. Matt Hill on the racetrack, and we are following this number 17 machine around Lanier National Speedway. The second time we've been here for we're in round number 8. The second time we've been here for Lanier National Speedway. Matt Hill jumps to position 10. Cody Lawrence in caliber 55 in that sprint car parts Australia entry, the 55C, 11th quick. The first time that we were here was round number 1, where the Kiwi of Hayden Warrington went to victory lane. And speaking of the Kiwis, the last 4 weeks, We have seen the Kiwis take out the previous month of racing here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. And not only that, it has been the Rush Sim Racing cars. And speaking of the Rush Sim Racing cars, 2 weeks ago, the feature winner at the Fairbury Speedway, Harry Edwards, cut of a 66 in the Rush Sim Racing entry, third quick at the moment so far. Bradley Oldfield has the time to beat with a 14.926. Still a couple of cars to make their way around this 3/8 of a mile racetrack. The BA Crocs Dirt Division Tanked SRT. He's not a slick track superhero. I'm joking, Steedy. Jared Steen, car number 91. Lap time, first lap for Jared Steen is going to be 19th quick with a 15.255. A 15.255 for Jared Steen. We'll look at some of the other drivers on the racetrack as well. Jared Steen getting his second lap in and see if that's going to be any better. No, it's a little slower. Cut number 7 and MG Contracting SRT entry. Brady Bob on the Slider iRacing events. Number 7 machine. Our course tonight as well will be the fastest qualifiers coming from that 4th row. Phil Lyons in caliber 87. In fact, 27. He's got the 87 designs on the name panel there. So that is going to be qualifying done and dusted. We had a full server, 40 cars taking it to the track for qualifying. Of course, we are going to look at 4 heat races on the program. Again, the fastest qualifiers will come from that 4th row, kind of like the World Series sprint car format. In fact, it's exactly like it. However, we've brought these cars up a row to stop the sandbagging. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1 here at Lanier National Speedway, round 8 with JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. Top 5 is going to go to the feature event with 10 laps being the distance. Starting on pole, the Dirt Division Tanked SRT BA Crocs caliber 17 of Matt Hill. On his outside, the teammate driving caliber 32, Callan Arthur starts position 2. We might get 3 Tanked SRT cars in the first 3 positions. Driving caliber 91, Jared Steen will start position 3. A feature winner a couple of weeks ago at the dirt track at Charlotte, caliber 41, the Rush Sim Racing entry of James Robbie starts position 4. Position 5 will be caliber 9 of Joel Berkeley. Jacob Child starts position 6 in caliber 7. Daniel Hardigan, the 447, will start position 7. Bradley Oldfield, quick time tonight, will start position number 8. Lining up on the final row, John McKenzie, caliber 42, out of position 9 with Dylan Thomas, car 55 to start position number 10. 10 cars here for heat race number 1. And that is looking at your field. One car got some connection issues at the back. I believe it will be Joe McKenzie in the number 42 car. Hopefully he can get those sorted out for you tonight. Again, as always, the past couple of weeks we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Doesn't cost a thing. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the like and follow button on our Facebook feed. We, of course, over the past, well, a year and a bit, almost 2 years, approaching 22 months where we're at right now. As here we go, green flag set to fly. We are growing and growing. Green flag is out. We're underway. Heat number 1. It's going to be Matt Hill, Callan Arthur, Steeny into the back of Matt Hill. And look at Daniel Hardigan up on the inside in caliber 77. He stays down low through turn number 3 and 4. James Robbie coming after your race leader, Callan Arthur. In caliber 32, Robbie slides up to the cushion. Berkeley runs the top side through turn number 1 and 2. And Berkeley now looks to make a pass. He goes right through the middle, in fact. Slides up and almost gets into the left rear of James Robbie. Now Berkeley back down to the low side. Hardigan, Robbie upstairs. Callan Arthur leads. 10 laps of distance here over the 4 heat races. Slide job by Berkeley into turn number 1 and 2. Again, Oh, Hardigan slides up in front of Robbie as he come off a turn number 4, and Berkeley shut the door on Robbie. Going down into turn number 1, so Robbie being chewed up and spat out by Berkeley and Hardigan. Hardigan down to the low side through turn number 3 and 4. Berkeley into the wall. He comes back down the racetrack. Thankfully, no one there. And that was a scary moment for the driver of the number 9 machine. And however, the battle is on for the 5th and final transfer position. The 7 of Jacob Childs battling with car number 91 of Jared Steen. He holds on to position 5. Meanwhile, battle on for 2nd and 3rd. James Robbie, a feature winner here this season already. Once here at the dirt track at Charlotte a couple of weeks ago. He got his first feature win. Hardigan yet to pick up his first feature win of the series. And again, they all try and knock off the Kiwis and the Rush Sim Racing cars, who have been on an absolute tear over the past month of racing. And Callan Arthur, he is doing a fantastic job out in front. 7 down, 3 to run here in the opening heat race of the night. Second place is still Daniel Hardigan. James Robbie 3rd. Berkeley in 4th. Steen in 5th. Again, the top 5 will go on. Here is your fastest qualifier tonight in the snap-on number 21 machine, Bradley Oldfield. He's a Midget Super League Speed Week winner this season already. Can you make it into the main event directly from the heat races? Get a lot of points for qualifying. You won't get too many for the heat races, but again, it'll put you in good shape for the rest of the night. The white flag is out. Final time. Heat number 1, the BA Crocs Dirt Division Tanked SRT number 32. Gonna park it on pole for tonight's main event. Hardigan home in 2nd. Callan Arthur gets the win. James Robbie 3rd. Jared Steen 4th. 5th is going to go to Bradley Oldfield. Mackenzie, Childs, Hill, Thomas, with Berkeley with a did not finish. So heat 1 is complete. We'll move on to our next lot of heat races here at Lanier National Speedway. Of course, 4 heat races on the program. Each heat race will be contested over 10 laps, with our top 5 going through to the main event. Everybody else goes through to your C and B main. Let's take a look at how heat race number 2 lineups look like with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, car number 62, Rodney James. On the outside of the front row, car number 211, the 211 of Aaron Hatton. Starting inside, second row, the Pace Syndicate, car number 71 entry, that is Gavin Sadler. Teammate to the number 71 is going to be the 78. Also the Pace Syndicate entry of John Schultz starts position number 4. Position 5, the SSR number 51 of Bob King starts position 5. Callum Davidson, the 003, starts position 6. Ethan Cooper, car 31, will start position at number 7. The OPR, the One Performance Racing, car number 11 of Harry Stewart, starts position number 8. Position 9 will be the OPR 017 of Dylan DeBono. He starts position 9 with Jacob Dixon, car number 3, will start position at number 10. We are just awaiting the third starter. In fact, Gavin Sadler, not gridding in that one. So unfortunately for Gavin Sadler, might have had server issues. If he makes it back in, he's going to have to do it the hard way. He's going to have to flex those muscles and run the alphabet soup. Drivers getting the Wonder Green signal this time by. The JR Productions and Media Midget Super League Round 8 here at Lanier. 4 weeks left after this one. 2/3 of the season complete. We head to Eldora. In fact, we'll take a look at that in just a few moments' time. The green flag is going to fly as the field will make their way into turn number 1 and 2 for the opening time. Heat number 2, Aaron Hatton getting a good jump. Bob King up on the inside. John Schultz will Pace Syndicate, car number 78. Working the outside of the racetrack, Callum Davidson up on his inside. They race side by side, 3 wide with Ethan Cooper. Harry Stewart getting the worst of that one. He gets put back to last position. Schultz, Ethan Cooper, they run side by side and there's contact. Schultz and Cooper both. Well, Cooper goes upside down and no yellows in the heat races. And that's given a chance for some of these drivers, the likes of Dylan DeBono. He moves up to position number 2. James back to 3rd. Aaron Hutton just gets into the back of James. Callum Davidson has to check up. Here comes Harry Stewart up on the inside. But Jacob Dixon making his way into the top 5 as well. He slides 3/4 of the way up the racetrack. Comes back down there through the middle on the exit of turn number 2. 4 down. Your leader, the 51 of Bob King. James trying to run the outside. Oh, here goes Dixon. DeBono makes a mistake. And that's going to now move Harry Stewart to slide up in front of the 017 car. Aaron Hutton in the 211 machine working down low. Stewart shuts the door. DeBono gets into the back of Hutton as they're 3 wide behind him. With DeBono, Davison. DeBono gets shot out the back there. That's going to pretty much end his heat race here. If he's going to have any sort of chance at making it into the feature event, he'll have to do it from the B main. Stewart, who started 8th in this one. 2nd fastest qualifier tonight. Didn't have a good start in this heat race, but he has fought back up to position number 3. Dixon in 2nd. That MG Contracting SRT rolls the bottom through turn number 1 and 2, just like Stewart and Hatton. Callum Davidson, the 003 machine. He's on the bubble right now. He runs the bottom side in turn number 3 and 4. 2 to run. As Rodney James on the outside looking in position number 6. Through 1 and 2, he's trying to find the moisture up on top of the racetrack. There is John Schultz of 78, who's in 7th position. He's your race leader, 1 to run. For Bob King as well. Does that on purpose. Wants to come from the back. Yep, no worries. Jacob Dixon. And that's going to be Jacob Dixon getting the win here in heat race number 2. 2nd going to go to Harry Stewart. 3rd is going to be Aaron Hatton. And we'll go to Callum Davidson and Rodney James. 6 is the 51. Schultz, DeBono, Cooper and Sadler. Very classy act. Very, very classy act. Heat 2 complete. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, car number 15, that's Brad Pascoe. Starting position 2, car 25, Alan Solnitz. Travis Castagna, the 098, will start position 3. Position 4, going to be car 20 of Brendan Palmer. Zach Masters makes his first appearance for the season here in car number 39. He starts position number 5. Position 6 going to be the 042 of Noah Page. Craig Sheeran in the 009 will start position 7. Harry Edwards will start position 9 in car number 66. Then we go back to Joshua Barry, car 26 at a position 9. And Phil Lyons, car 27, will start position number 10. So again, 5 cars to make tonight's main event from heat race number 3. We've already locked in 10 so far. We'll lock in 20 from heat racing action. And we'll lock 4 in from the B main. We get set to go green off turn 4. The pace truck to the infield. You can't go until the green flag is thrown. The green flag is out. We are underway in heat number 3. Pascoe got a good jump on the field, down to the bottom side. Solent rides in 2nd. And you go back to the number 20 machine working the outside. That is Brendan Palmer. Castagna runs the low side through turn number 3 and 4 into position 3. The Mopar entry. Here comes Zach Masters, the number 95 machine, right through the middle. As you look behind him, the 042 car goes upside down. Oh, Craig Sheeran upside down. I think that was Sheeran, or was that... I'm not sure who that was, to be honest with you. Pascoe, your leader from Solent. And Palmer in 3rd. Looks for 2nd. He uses the racetrack on the inside to get by Alan Solent. As we keep an eye on the battle for that fifth and final transfer position. Josh Barry holds fourth. Fifth is going to be a battle between Zach Masters and Craig Sheeran. In fact, it wasn't Sheeran who went upside down. It was Harry Edwards in the number 66 machine, and along with Noah Page, that was Noah Page, in fact, who went upside down. They all work the bottom side through turn number 3 and 4. At least your top 5, 6 drivers do. And there is that OPR. Euros number 95 of Zach Masters halfway home. 5 down, 5 to run. Your leader out in front, car number 15, Brad Pascoe. He has led since the drop of the green flag. Not a good qualifying effort to start on the front row. However, I think he qualified 31st, around the 30th position. Again, won't bag a lot of points for that one, but will bag, I think, 25 points for a heat win. 2 to run for your race leader. As here comes up, Zach Masters. And he hits the inside wall, does the 360, and well, that now puts Craig Sherm in the 009, the Sim Pit entry up into position number 5. Castagna is going to battle it out with Lines. Lines to the inside, they made contact there off of turn 4. As the white flag is out, the 15 of Brad Pascoe. Down to the low side. On the exit of turn number 4, checkered flag is out. Brad Pascoe with the win. Brendan Palmer second. Solet going to come home third. Barry fourth. Fifth is going to go to Sheeran. You go back to Castagna, Lines. Your 7 cars are finished. Masters, Edwards and Page. Those 3 drivers not completing the distance here in heat race number 3. Fourth and final heat race of the night before we move into our preliminary mains. 10 laps will be the distance for the final heat race of the night. Let's take a look at how they line up with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, car number 95 of Lachlan Della. Lance Bainton, the 01 or the 010 will start position number 2. Cody Lawrence, car 55, will start position 3. Hayden Pascoe, the 03, will start position number 4. Position 5 going to be car 7. Brady Baldwin, the 49 of Zach Phelan, starts position 6. The 015, Darren Lord, starts position 7. The WP Concreting MFR number 4 machine of Trent Gosley will start position 8. Position 9 will be car number 89 of Chris Temby. And the 448 of Matt Reed starts position at number 10. So 10 final cars to battle it out for the final heat race of the night. Your JR Productions and Media Midget Super League, round 8 here at Lanier. Let's give a shout out to JR Productions and Media, Rush Sim Racing, Dirt Division and TXR Engineering for their continued support here with the guys at the Midget Super League. We'll get to the Ultimate Dirt TV sponsors in just a few moments time as Pace Truck is off. Green flag is out, and oh, there goes Lance Bainton. He has copped the raw end of that stick, as did Darren Lord. So they come through 3 and 4 for the opening time. Brady Baldwin is gonna lead from Cody Lawrence. Della in the number 10 machine, working on the outside, and you go back to Hayden Pascoe and Zach Phelan. They run side by side through 3 and 4. Gosley trying to make his way forward as well. 4th fastest qualifier here tonight, and well, he's on the outside looking in for the time being. After a couple of laps, he's moved up 2 positions. He just needs to get by one more, nearly 3 wide down into turns 3 and 4. We run Gosley right up top as there we go, 3 wide down the front straightaway. The 3 of Pascoe got into the side there, the 55 car of Cody Lawrence. And Lawrence kept it going, as did Pascoe, but Pascoe lost a spot. He lost that transfer position as Gosley. Lawrence comes up in front of Gosley. Gosley stays up top. He doesn't go for the undercut underneath him. 95 of Lachlan Della in position number 3. He's just hanging on by the skin of his teeth at the moment, Pascoe, in that number 3 machine. Needs to get by the number 4 of Trent Gosley. He stays down low through 3 and 4, excuse me. 6 down, 4 to run here in the final heat race of the night. And here goes Pascoe up on the inside, looking to get 2 for the price of 1 in the one turn. He's got some good entry speed. It's just getting off the corner where those drivers on the top side, they carry a whole lot more momentum than what the drivers do on the bottom side. Nearly 3 wide as they go through turn number 1 and 2. Della, Lawrence and Pascoe. Della's going to be the unlucky one here. He's going to lose 3 positions. Now he comes back up on the inside. Trent Gosley going upside down. Della, he moves Pascoe out of the way. Now that puts Chris Temby, the number 80i machine, into the 5th and final transfer. But it's only for about 1 turn because Hayden Pascoe made sure that that number 3 machine got to that 5th and final transfer spot. White flag is out, final time, and the battle is on for the race lead. Brady Baldwin and Zach Phelan down the back straight away. Baldwin going to shut the door going down into turn number 3 and 4. Baldwin going to come away victorious here in heat number 4. Phelan home in 2nd. Lawrence 3rd. Then we go back to Della in 4th. Pascoe 5th. Temby, Reed, Bainton, Gosley with Darren Lord did not finish that heat. Unlucky for Darren Lord. We'll see him in your C main, which is going to be up now. It'll be 12 laps the distance. We'll put 8 cars on the racetrack. 4 are going to advance. 4 of these drivers will go home. Starting on pole, in fact, I can tell you it'll only be 7 cars. Starting on pole is going to be Dylan Thomas in car number 55. Out of position 2 will be car 31 of Ethan Cooper. Harry Edwards, car 66, will start position 3. Car 4 of Trent Gosley will start position 4. Berkeley scheduled to line up out of position 5 in car number 9. Gavin Sadler scheduled to start position 6. Car 71, I can tell you Noah Page has disconnected. He is done. And Darren Lord will start on the back row by himself. So that will in fact put 7 cars that are on the racetrack already. And there are those 7 cars. So in fact 3 go home. And 4 will advance to the B main. So tonight for the American, if there's any American viewers, tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, the Monsters of Dirt and Checkers and Wreckers Pro Late Model Series, round 3 or 4, I think it is, round 4 I think it is, followed by a 10:30 p.m. Monsters of Dirt Super Late Model Fixed Series, and it'll be live across Facebook and YouTube for that call. And for the Australian and New Zealand viewers, that'll be at 11:30 p.m. Sydney time. And it'll be 1:30 for the super late models. Edwards looking for the race lead down the back straight away. He stays down low, the 55 machine of Dylan Thomas. That downforce. Yeah, the downforce designs number 55 car stays low. Berkeley comes through the middle of the racetrack. He's nearly 3 wide with Edwards on his inside and Gosley on his outside. 1 car upside down, that is Ethan Cooper. He's going to go for a bit of a ride. Edwards to the top side, as is Gosley. We've just seen Gosley in the last heat race. He was one of those drivers to work the top side of the racetrack. Berkeley shuts the door on Sadler as they go through 3 and 4. Thomas continues to lead. He leads Edwards down into 1 and 2 they go. We start lap number 4. Once we complete this lap, it'll be 4 complete with 8 to run. Sadler now on the inside. Here comes Gosley trying to come back through the middle of the racetrack down into 1 and 2. Thomas continuing to hold on to a top 4 spot at the moment. I'm very surprised at the moment that he's held on for this long. Edwards, a winner last week at Fairbury, I think it was. He now finds himself in a C main. Maybe I need to call him a flog as well. That got him going last week. Gosley and Sadler. They battle it out for the fourth and final transfer position. Yet last week was, in fact, Fairbury, where it was Harry Edwards who picked up the win in the 50-lap main event. Trent Gosley having a difficult time getting by the number 55 machine of Dylan Thomas. Edwards Berkeley run the outside of the racetrack through 3 and 4. They'll do the same in 1 and 2. Here comes Sadler through the middle. 4 to run here in the C main. Lord Cooper, they're both gone. So it's the 5 cars left on the racetrack with 4 of them going through. Gosley, oh no! Thomas, they made contact coming out of 4, and I think Thomas tried to come down and shut the door on him. And now this gives an opportunity for Sadler, but Sadler goes around. And the pace syndicate number 71 machine, that was his opportunity just there. And it has gone begging. We watch Edwards. In fact, let's go. I was going to say we'll go on board with him, but I'll take that back. We're not going to just yet because we've got 1 lap to run in the C main. We'll have a B main up next, which will be 15 laps. The distance to top 4 will go to the back of tonight's main event to start positions 21, 22, 23, and 24. Checkered flag is out. Edwards, Berkeley. It's going to be Gosley and Thomas, your top 4. Sadly going to miss out along with Darren Lord, Ethan Cooper, and Noah Page. We thank those guys for coming out here for round number 8 of your JR Productions and Media Midget Super League. Your B main up now. And let's take a look at how they line up with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Starting on pole, car number 42, that is Jai McKenzie. The outside of the front row, going to be the 51 of Bob King. Travis Castagnan, and the 098 will start position 3. Chris Temby, the 89 will start position 4. Position 5 will see car 7 of Jacob Childs line up alongside car number 78, John Schultz, at a position number 6. Position 7, car 27 of Phil Lyons. Matt Reed, the 448, will start position 8. Position 9 with the 17 of Matt Hill. Dylan DeBono within the 017 will start position 10. Zach Masters, the 95, will start position 11. The 010 of Lance Bainton out of position 12. You go back to your C main winner and transferees. Harry Edwards in car 66 out of position 13. The 9 of Joel Berkeley out of position 14. Trent Gosley, car 4, will start position 15. And Dylan Thomas, car 55, out of position 16. This is Trent Gosley's 3rd race in a row. He's just come from the 4th heat race. He's just had to do 10 laps in that one. He did 12 laps in the C main. So there's 22 laps that he has turned already in a row. And now he's got 15 laps ahead of him here in tonight's B main. How far can that number 4 machine go in that MFR WP concreting snap-on? See how he will fare in this C main, B main, I should say, excuse me. Off turn 4, the pace truck moves to the infield. There look to be a bit of a gap between that, but nonetheless, we are green in the last chance qualifier, the B main. Good wide shot here from all the drivers trying to make their way through turn number 1 and 2. Look at Edwards in the 66 already getting into probably about 7th or 8th position in that yellow and black 66, working the bottom side through 1 and 2. Oh no, his car, that's 27, that's Phil Lyons. He had to check up there along with everybody else. Edwards slides up in front of Schultz, and look at Gosley as well. Berkeley making his way through the field as well. So 3 cars that has just come from the C main. Well, they've had that extra 12 laps of track time underneath their belt. And boy, oh boy, they are certainly making it count at the moment. McKenzie leads from King. Castagna in 3rd. 4th is going to be Childs. Then you go back to Temby. Berkeley, Edwards, DeBono, Schultz, Gosley's there as well. Berkeley, Edwards go 2 and 3 wide with the 7. I think that's Jacob Childs. It was. He's going to lose 2 positions at the moment. car to the bottom of your screen, upside down. Looks like it's going to be Matt Reed, the 448 car. Oh, what car upside down? Was that your race leader? There goes Harry Edwards as well. He's upside down. And that was Jai McKenzie. So unlucky with Jai McKenzie. That gives the 51 of King the race lead. Second is Castagna. Third is Berkeley. Chris Temby in position number 4. Schultz, the pace syndicate, number 78 machine, will be the first car. The first of 12 cars to miss out from this B main. You've got to think Gosley might be one of those cars to miss out as well. He's having a good battle there with Dylan DeBono. DeBono tries to go from the outside to the inside. They bang wheels through 1 and 2. And Gosley somehow saved it. He looked like he was coming straight towards us on that camera view. I see how Temby's just been passed by the 78 of John Schultz. So the 78 up into position number 4. Just seen there at the back there, Harry Edwards in the 66 car. He is trying to make something happen here. He is putting this car on the rev limiter. Matt Hill, the 17, hasn't been able to go forward in the B main. He has not had a lot of luck here tonight. He's put it all back to that heat race, that opening lap as they went into turns 1 and 2. 10 down, 5 to run. Gosley, 6th position at the moment. We go back up to Chris Temby, who's trying to get back by the number 78 machine of John Schultz through turns 3 and 4. He's got a chance. He tries to enter up a little higher. Schultz trying to slide up to the cushion there and bang the right rear off the cushion. And that was very close for that number 78 machine. He looks to get by Castagna, who continues to run the bottom side in that Mopar 098 machine. Schultz picks up position 3. Castagna back to position 4. And here comes Chris Temby around the outside to pick up that 4th and final transfer position. 2 to run this time by. And, well, who's going to get this transfer spot between Temby and Castagna? You would almost say Temby, who's able to run the top side of the racetrack. He's been able to carry so much more speed and momentum through the exit of the turn. And now look at Castagna. He's getting desperate, trying to run the slider line through 3 and 4. As the white flag flies for your race leader, car number 9 of Joel Berkeley from the C main. He finished 2nd in the C main. He will now come home with the win here in tonight's B main. 2nd is going to be Bob King. 3rd is going to be John Schultz. Chris Temby will come home 4th. And you go back to Matt. In fact, it'll be Trent Gosley, Matt Hill, Lyons. Probably see Thomas come through, and then Castagna to Bono. Take a look at the drivers that also didn't make it. Edwards, Childs, McKenzie, Reed, Bainton, and Zach Masters. Unfortunately, the first car out of tonight's B main, just finishing 3 laps. So we'll have a quick 2-minute break. Of course, we'll thank the sponsors before we do. You can check them out on our website, www.ultimatedirttv.com. Of course, those wonderful people that help us behind the scenes. A big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, National Oval Racing Association, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing, iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Of course, make sure you check out the sponsors here at the Midget Super League. Of course, JR Productions and Media, the naming rights sponsor of the Midget Super League series. Of course, don't forget to check out Midget Super League on Facebook as well. Give them a like and a follow. A shout out to TXR Engineering, Dirt Division, and Rush Sim Racing. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. Your 40-lap main event for round number 8, the Midget Super League here at Lanier. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV for tonight's coverage of the JR Productions and Media Midget Super League round number 8 here at Lanier National Speedway. Let's take a look now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid and how they line up for tonight's 40 lapper. Starting on pole, car number 32, Callan Arthur. On the outside of the front row, car 3, Jacob Dixon. Brad Pascoe will line up at a position 3. Brady Bolton will line up at a position number 4. Position 5 will be Daniel Hardigan. Position 6 will be Harry Stewart. Brendan Palmer will start position 7. Zach Phelan will start position number 8. Position 9 going to be James Robbie. Aaron Hatton will start position number 10. Alan Solot will start position 11. Cody Lawrence at a position 12. Jared Steen will start 13th. Callum Davidson at a position number 14th. Josh Barry at a 15th. Lachlan Della at a position 16th. Bradley Oldfield 17th. Rodney James 18th. Craig Sheeran 19th. Hayden Pascoe position 20. Joel Berkeley position 21. 22 is now going to be Chris Temby, and John Schultz will start position number 23. So 23 starters in this one. 50 laps on the board for round number 8. There's only one Rush Sim Racing car in this field here tonight for tonight's main event. It is the driver that starts position number 9, James Robbie. There's a couple of Kiwis in the field. How will they fare in tonight's main event? Can somebody break the drought of the Kiwis and Rush Sim Racing cars going to victory lane over the past 4 weeks? Let's find out. Let's get naughty for 40. And we are green here at Lanier. Already 2, 3, 4 wide through the opening couple of turns. They go 2 and 3 wide. Solid, hang on to it. He holds on to it. They still go 3 and 4 wide down the front straightaway. Brady Baldwin on the extreme outside. Hardigan slides up. Baldwin back to the middle of the racetrack by the number 20 of Brendan Palmer and James Robbie. Aaron Hatton, Harry Stewart, Zach Phelan trying to come through the field for 3 wide again. Hatton close to getting that infield tie. He caught the cone on the exit of turn 4. Robbie up on the inside of Brendan Palmer now. He looks for position 4. Baldwin back through the middle now, trying to slide to the cushion. Look at this fantastic racing. Stewart has gone upstairs. 2 and 3 wide. Oh, Brady Baldwin. Phelan involved. Callum Davidson involved. And this will trigger the first caution flag of the evening. The number 7 machine of Brady Baldwin. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. And this was, well, it was entertaining for the opening couple of laps, and unfortunately for Brady Baldwin, he gets the short end of the stick once again as we look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Hardigan just came up the racetrack there on the exit of turn 4 on the front straightaway. Again, there was nothing in it between them. It was just hard racing at the time. And Daniel Hardigan, it was 3 wide down the front straightaway. Let's take a look, because yeah, there it is. There was a contact. In fact, they were nearly 4 wide. Boy, that was very close for these drivers. As we welcome you back to live pictures here from the virtual Lanier National Speedway. The field doubles up in the rows of 2x2. It's going to be Callan Arthur to lead Jacob Dixon. The pace truck will move to the infield. And now we are going to see Callan Arthur fire whenever he likes. 7 on the board, 33 to run. Arthur going to lead Dixon down into 1 and 2. Pascoe. And you go back to Brendan Palmer. Look at Hardigan rolling the top side through 1 and 2. Robbie and Phelan on the inside of the 77 of Hardigan. They go 3 wide. Hatton, Palmer and Pascoe. They were 3 wide through 3 and 4. There is action all over this racetrack. Phelan comes up in front of Hardigan now on the back straightaway. Phelan trying to come through the middle. They're nearly 5 wide. They're almost 4 wide off turn 4. And boy, it is busy right now from 3rd through to about the 10th position. There is nothing in it between these cars. Oh no, Brad Pascoe in the 15 car. This will bring out the yellow flag. And we'll be able to take a look here at your Wicked Cushion Instant Replay once again. It was Brendan Palmer, in fact, who got into the back there of the 15. And we go on board here with your Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras. So he slid up. And there goes Pasco. Well, he just didn't get into the back of him. Again, that was looked like a bit of a racing deal, just like the first incident there. He just slides up in front of Pasco. Pasco crosses underneath, and again, trying to fight for the same bit of real estate. Boy, oh boy, that was close for Daniel Hardigan here as we go on board the number 77 machine. Look at how close that was just then for Daniel Hardigan. We are back to live pictures from Lanier Speedway. 13 in the books. 27 to run the field once again. We're going to the rows of 2x2. Harry Stewart out along with Brad Pasco. Yes, the two cars out of this one. As Callan Arthur will have the option on when to fire off the first bullet here on the restart. Dixon works back to the inside, trying to put that number 3 into the race lead, but Callan Arthur holds strong. Look at these cars. Look at just 4 wide right there. You don't get much better racing here at Lanier at the moment. Oh no, Callan Arthur! Oh, who else is involved in that one? Callan Arthur involved. Callum Davidson involved. Zach Phelan involved. And ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion Instant Replay, as this was the restart just there. And again, we'll see how this evolved. It was, we'll see if it was a draw. Oh, again, it's just like the other thing. They rubbed wheels, and unfortunately Arthur got the wrong end of that one. And again, this is on board with Callan Arthur, the driver of the number 32 machine. And again, Zach Phelan had nowhere to go in that exchange as we take a look on board the driver of the number 49 machine, who had pretty much a clear track in front of him up on the top of the racetrack. But again, just the unfortunate incident there of Zach Phelan upside down. Not in a big way, but enough to ruin the number 49. He's already been to victory lane once this season, and it happened to be at the Eldora Speedway for round 3, maybe 2. I'm not too sure. It was one of those rounds. It wasn't the first, and it wasn't the past 4 weeks. Might have even been 2 or 3 actually. Green flag back out onto the racetrack. We're back underway. Single file restarts now, as it's going to be Brendan Palmer, Bradley Oldfield second, Daniel Hardigan third, Hatton in fourth, Jared Steen in fifth. As they almost go 3 wide again, Berkeley slides up in front of Steen. Steen tries to come back underneath down the bottom, or through the middle of the racetrack, I should say. James Robbie gets on by Jared Steen. And look at these drivers fighting for the bottom of the racetrack. Oldfield trying to get by your race leader, Brendan Palmer, as they come off turn 4 as the yellow flag is out just as we cross the halfway stage of this race. And what I can only assume would be Rodney James. I'm not too sure on that one, so we're not going to be able to take a look there at your Wicked Cushion Instant Replay. Hello, Rob. What are you face palming, buddy? What are you face palming? So the track is fairly slick here at the moment. Again, we'll take a look at the top of the racetrack and just see how slick it is. All the way on the straightaways, all the way through the turns as well. There's not a lot of grip left in this racetrack. Ouch, Chris. That sucks. That really does suck, buddy. I've had my wheel dial on me in the middle of a race. That wasn't fun. As an official, not that I give 2 craps about an official, but, you know, when you ruin somebody else's race, it's never fun. But that was beyond my control. But yes, I know the feeling. Alright, here we go. 23 down, 17 to run. Brendan Palmer looking for his first victory of the season. The green flag is back out and we're back underway. 17 to run. Palmer, Oldfield, Berkeley into third. Here goes Oldfield looking on the inside on Palmer. We know Oldfield's good at running the bottom side so many times throughout the Midget Super League. Speed week. Oh, hang on to it, Oldfield. Palmer had to check up, and now this gives the 9 of Berkeley the advantage on the top side of the racetrack. Nobody up there. Let's get a closer look at these cars. They make their way down the front straight away. 15 laps to run. The snap on number 21 catches the infield, does a 360, keeps it going. Everybody else behind him, they're 3 wide. Steen, Lawrence, and Pascoe. And the 26 of Joshua Barry. Steenie slowing on the top side of the racetrack on the exit of turn 4. That's going to be his night done and dusted. It's not wreckfest, Steenie. How lucky was Bradley Oldfield in that debacle? James Robbie has moved up to position 4. Oh, we've got some contact. Solid, I believe, was involved in something. As he is slowing. He's going down the timing and scoring screen. As there is the BA Crocs Dirt Division tanked SRT number 20 of Brendan Palmer. Staying down low. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And we are going to be single file for the remainder of this race. Well, it is all happening here at Lanier National Speedway. And it is going to be tough to get by the number 9 of Joel Berkeley. Berkeley looking for his first win on the season in the Slick Sim Sports Down Under Graphics number 9 machine. Of course, got a different skin on for this one. He's got his former team on there. 20 of Brendan Palmer, still second. Sprint Car Parts Australia, number 77 of Daniel Hardigan in third. James Robbie, the Russian Racing entry, the 41, also a Pace Syndicate. Car 41 in position 4. Bradley Oldfield, who led a couple of laps before he did that miraculous 360 and kept going, in position 5, and very lucky to still be rolling around in position number 5. Green flag flies. 8 to run. Berkeley with a good launch from the top to the bottom and straight to the top shelf in turn number 1 and 2. Look at them, 3 wide. The positions 3, 4 and 5 now. Oldfield, he's trying to get by Robbie. Hardigan stays low, in fact comes down the racetrack. Look at Pascoe trying to get a run through the middle of turns 3 and 4. Hardigan now moves into second position. He gets by Brendan Palmer. Brendan Palmer a little out of shape there through 1 and 2. James Robbie, that's his opportunity. 3 wide with Pascoe and Oldfield down into 3 and 4. They run. Continue to go 3 wide through turn number 3 and 4. Robbie on the top side has moved into position 3 and now looks for second through the middle, looking for the cushion on the exit of turn number 2. Oldfield through the middle as well. And look at this battle right now for third. Pascoe, Palmer, Oldfield, 4 wide off turn 4 with 5 to run here at Lanier National Speedway. 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. And how often have we seen 2, 3 and 4 wide racing in this feature event? It has just been absolutely chaotic. Your leader Berkeley, Hardigan second. Then you go back to Oldfield and Palmer side by side. James Robbie trying to fight back along with Hayden Pascoe. Pascoe back to 6th. James Robbie in 5th. Then you go back to the 211 of Aaron Hatton in 7th. John Schultz 8th. 9th is Joshua Barry. And rounding up the top 10 is Alan Solid. And the yellow flag is out here on lap number 38. And no, this will not end it. We will extend it to a green-white checker situation to give us a couple of laps to get this race in the books. Wow-wee. How about the race for your top 5, all by your leader, Berkeley, who was just gone give him the win already. So the green-white checker situation is in effect here at Lanier National Speedway to give us so we don't end under the yellow flag conditions. Lights off on the pace truck this time by, as we said, 2 to run. Pace truck off. Berkeley turns it down the racetrack. Green flag is out. 2 to run. Palmer. And, Palmer slides up. Palmer's just taken Berkeley out. He's got it back going again. Oh, you hate to see it. He had this race wrapped up in the books, but boy, Palmer has just turned the car around and Berkeley back to the race lead. In fact, it's Bradley Oldfield through 1 and 2 for the final time. Berkeley down to the low side. Tries to put the slider there on Harding as they come off turn 4. It is going to be Bradley Oldfield with the win. Second will be Joel Berkeley. Third home is Daniel Harding and James Robbie. Just missing out on a podium in 4th. And look at the gap. There was less than a 10th for your top 3. In fact, sorry, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Aaron Hatton home in 5th. Hayden Pascoe 6th. Joshua Barry, Alan Solet, John Schultz, Cody Lawrence, your top 10. Brendan Palmer, Lachlan Della, Craig Sherm. Last car on the lead lap. Jacob Dixon, the first car to not finish yet. And it's going to be Jared Steen. In fact, he'll be the last car not to finish. Jared Steen, 15th. Callan Arthur, Callum Davidson, Rodney James, Chris Temby, Zach Phelan, your top 20. Brady Baldwin, Brad Pascoe, Harry Stewart. And that was your 23 starters in this one. This is going to be an interesting chat to your top 3 here in just a moment. We'll chat post-race results, or post-race interviews with your top 3, hopefully. Not sure where our other drivers had gone. So 3rd place, I don't think is here. I think he's gone for the night, Daniel Hardigan. So we'll chat to our 2nd place driver here tonight, driving the Slick Sim Sports number 9 machine. He started way back in the field in position 21, I believe it was. Yes, so we'll chat to driver of Joel Berkeley, who comes home 2nd place tonight. Joel, I don't want to say congratulations because I think you were robbed there towards the end of that one. No, Berkeley's gone. Don't know where he's gone. Doesn't want to chat. Hang on, let's try again. Joel?
Hello.
Well, I don't know where to start with this one. Just a stellar drive from the back to the front and only to have it taken away from you. Thoughts?
You want me to be honest or just be nice?
Be nice. I don't want you having another ban.
I think that's quite a joke that someone can just rock up and just fucking restart 4th, completely wreck someone's race when I would have quite easily probably won that race instead of getting absolutely fucking destroyed.
Yeah, it wasn't. I'm not gonna lie. That wasn't the best move I'd seen all night. But I mean, talk about coming through this field, started position 21 and passing that many cars on a slick racetrack. You certainly had this car hooked up.
Yeah, I definitely had it hooked up and will definitely flying, but get wrecked by a bonehead move. So if that doesn't see a holiday from what I've seen, I'll be very surprised. But yeah, it's pretty much a joke in my opinion, because get wrecked by someone who's running 4th place on a restart thinking he's a hero, and yeah, ruins the race.
All right, well, congratulations on what is a 2nd place finish here tonight. Of course, before we let you go, sponsor shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
Massive thanks to the guys at Slick and Sim Sports, everyone else that helps out there, Lewis, everyone, Bob for just running with me tonight, and well, everyone else that makes it happen. And I don't know if I'll be back, but whatever, it's a joke.
All right, 2nd place there goes to Joel Berkeley. We'll chat to your winner here tonight in caliber 21, driving the snap-on entry. It's Bradley Oldfield. Brad, congratulations on this victory. It was one that didn't come easy. Had a lot of good battles throughout this entire feature event. You got very, very lucky with about 5 or 6 to go where you hit the inside wall. Talk us through that moment.
Oh, yeah, a bit of poo came out there. I got very lucky that no one else was behind me to collect me. But I was able to regather myself and get back, which was good. Got saved by a yellow.
Again, just like the driver that finished in 2nd spot tonight, you had to pass a number of cars, starting position 17th, on a track where a lot of these drivers were, not afraid to run the bottom side. You had a couple of drivers that were happy to run the top side. What was going to be the game plan for you in that 21 machine to advance as many positions as possible?
Just the first couple of laps, I was looking to stay out of the way. I didn't expect so many people to run the bottom, but I was able to just keep as close to that fence as I could, and I managed to pick a couple people off before that first yellow. But pretty much I was just trying to keep my nose clean for the majority of that race, and around lap 20, I found myself in a position where I could be fighting for the win, and just in the end, Joel got unlucky, but I just tried to be there.
Well, you obviously take the good with the bad when it comes to not only racing in real life but also sim racing as well. So you'll definitely take this win however it comes, and congratulations on picking up the 8th round of the season. We'll let you get out of here, but before we do, of course, sponsors on the race car. Who gets it done for you?
Snap-on Tools. They provide me with some good toolware, and I can't help but just put them on my car as my main sponsor.
All right, congratulations on the win, Brad, and we'll hopefully see you back next week.
Cheers, man.
Right, there we go. Bradley Oldfield there, your winner here tonight at the Midget Super League for round number 8 of the series. Some controversy late in this one, but of course, what's a race without controversy? Whether it's this one or another league, it's all part of sim racing. You take, as I said to Brad, you take the good with the bad. Again, make sure you check out the sponsors on... Check out MidgetSuperLeague.com. Of course, they're sponsors as well that help put this show on. Of course, JR Productions and Media, Rush Sim Racing, TXR Engineering, and Dirt Division. Without their support, none of this would be possible. Of course, support of our own here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, a big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, National Oval Racing Association Series, JR Productions and Media, Monsters of Dirt, iRacing, iFlags, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, and everybody that makes this all possible night in and night out, we thank you so very much for spending your Wednesday evening or Wednesday morning with us here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And we're going to be back in about 13 hours time for the Checkers and Wreckers and Monsters of Dirt Pro Late Models and Super Late Models. Thank you for watching, guys. We'll see you then.